How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk about GM stock and DPHC and Workhorse and how these are all related. So, yesterday was a crazy day in the stock market. We saw Diamond Peak drop down about 12%. We saw GM make huge moves here, up about 9.5% on the day between normal market hours and post market hours. And this is an insane move for GM. We don't see moves like this from GM. We don't see them from a lot of the traditional car manufacturers. And I think a lot of people were worried for DPHC and also Workhorse because they both went down and wondering kind of why this happened. There was some interesting stuff that came out for GM yesterday. We've been waiting for the arrival of their electric Hummer truck. This has been something that they haven't really hyped up as much. I know someone that works in their engineering department, and that is one of the main complaints I've heard from people is that GM does not hype up enough. When you look at Lordstown or Workhorse or Tesla, they do a great job of PR, and GM doesn't really do that. They don't try to get people excited about their cars until the right time, at least in their minds. They're not trying to prop it up, which oftentimes doesn't lead to as much hype. However, I will say this new truck, and I'll show you it here. I'll show you the full 5.5 minute rundown on it. It's freaking awesome. It looks amazing. It has some awesome features. And I think this is the reason that DPHC or Lordstown was down yesterday. I think that Workhorse was down partly for the USPS 9 decision and people getting out, but also because they own 10% of Lordstown, and Lordstown was down pretty drastically. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to break down the cost of this too. But before we do, if you guys don't mind smashing the like button, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Also, if you want to sign up with WeBull, they have an extended, larger offer. So before you click forward, they have 3 free stocks now, one worth up to $250 and 2 worth up to $1,600 if you deposit $100. This is good for about 10 days. So it's definitely worth considering if you are thinking about it. You should definitely sign up using the link down below in the description. It really helps out the channel too, so I appreciate it. Now, GM, again, was up drastically, and we've seen them up over the last month almost. I mean, they're up about 23%, while DPHC and Workhorse are down in the 30% range. This is something that I've been worried about as an EV investor and just for the EV market in general, that a lot of these traditional car manufacturers are going to come to the game. They're going to bring their A game. They realize that electric is a real thing that they have to focus on now. And instead of just putting, a couple $1 million here and there towards electric, they are going to funnel lots of money, lots of resources into building really good EV options. Now, up until the last couple years, no one had really taken it seriously except for Tesla. But now we're starting to get a little bit of a back and forth. And we can see that with the new EV Hummer that was just talked about yesterday and their little promo. And I'll show you here, and then we'll go over kind of the specs on the vehicle and how much it costs.
The real revolutionaries. Ones that change the game forever. Understanding strength is never enough. Evolving, imagining, seeing the world not as it is, but how it could be. That's how true greatness is realized. That is how you change the world. Introducing the world's first all-electric super truck, the revolutionary GMC Hummer EV.
With no limits, no emissions, and no equals, it will leave everything you thought possible in a cloud of dust. The quiet revolution begins with a nearly silent all-electric propulsion system that offers 1,000 horsepower, 11,500 pound-feet of torque. And for the brave souls who dare to engage watts to freedom, the thrill of accelerating 0 to 60 in approximately 3 seconds. The innovation continues with the next generation of Super Cruise, a driver assistance feature that offers hands-free driving with automatic lane changing on compatible roads. And for remarkable driving precision, Hummer EV is engineered with segment-exclusive four-wheel steering to reduce turning radius and enhance overall maneuverability. Want the leading edge of electric vehicle technology? We engineered the Detroit-built Hummer EV with Ultium batteries and drive units to maximize energy storage for an estimated range of 350 plus miles. And with 800-volt DC fast charging up to 350 kilowatts, you can charge nearly 100 miles in just 10 minutes. Things get even more revolutionary when you head off the pavement, because off-road dominance is engineered into every aspect of the GMC Hummer EV. It all starts with towering ground clearance, made possible by specially engineered 35-inch tires for an optimal balance of on- and off-road performance. And it's 37-inch tire capable for those who demand even more. With customizable drive modes, Hummer EV puts a whole new level of off-road mastery at your fingertips. Want to take on the toughest obstacles? Initiate the available first-of-its-kind Extract mode, and Hummer EV activates its adaptive air ride suspension to lift approximately 6 inches. That's revolutionary breakout capability. For driving information in real time, UltraVision offers a segment-leading number of camera views with up to 18, including underbody forward and rear-facing cameras. So you can enhance performance, maximize capability, and leave the world behind. But we didn't stop there. With a revolutionary new setting called Crab Walk, Hummer EV has the ability to drive diagonally for an agility no other truck can match. And full underbody armor and rock sliders help make Hummer EV ready to conquer even the toughest terrains. It's innovation engineered to ensure domination. But Hummer EV is much more than an off-road beast. From the distinctive signature of its 6-bar grille to its micro-optic welcome, walk-away, and battery charging animations, every aspect of the Hummer EV has been designed to look and act unlike anything out there. Hummer EV delivers an unprecedented combination of innovation and luxury. The industry-leading infinity roof, transparent sky panels, and rear drop glass give the Hummer EV an immersive open-air design so you can experience the world like never before, or even the universe for that matter. The first and only one of its kind, Hummer EV. To own the revolutionary Hummer EV. Reserve your all-electric super truck now at gmc.com.
So I don't know if you noticed here, but in the video, they have specific disclaimers depending on the scene about when to expect the different features and some different safety things that you have to keep in mind. And they are rolling parts of this out at different times. Some are available 2021. They're talking about the vehicle in fall 2021 with some of the different modes and accessories at later dates like 2022, 2023, some even 2024. And this thing is awesome looking, right? The thing that they did with this, the work that they did is awesome. You can tell that they've held back from talking about a lot of this. that they have really tried to put in a lot of bells and whistles and some cool features to really reinvigorate it. And the presentation is awesome. Let's just be honest there. Now, looking at some of the specifics on it, there are different dates for different parts of this. So the Hummer EV Edition 1 is going to start around $113,000 in fall of 2021. Now, the first edition will have about 1,000 horsepower. It will have 350 miles of range. A lot of this, again, is GM estimates. It will have a lot of the bells and whistles like the infinity roof, the extreme off-roading package. Now, as time goes on, they're expecting to be able to offer lesser versions, so 800 horsepower for $100,000. In spring of 2023, the EV2X, which is going to be $90,000. And as you move down, they're going to continue to cut it and make cheaper versions. Keep in mind that this is much more expensive than Tesla's version. This is going to be more expensive than DPHC's. If we look, Rivian is going to start at or below about $69,000, while Tesla is going to be in that $40,000 to $70,000 range. So they are going to be on the cheaper end, right? Tesla's going to be much cheaper at maybe a third of the price almost on the low end of this vehicle. Now, I think GM will continue to bring this down, like they said, but that's still very high compared to Tesla. So they're going to be in a different bracket, but it might be that this is more of the, the luxury EV American made. Not that Tesla isn't American made, but more the classic EV car for people that are in that top bracket, and Tesla might serve more of the normal working average everyday people that can afford $40,000 to $70,000 cars, but you know what I mean, the people that can't afford a $100,000 vehicle. I think this is the reason that a lot of investors are a little bit worried maybe, and personally, I think this is great for GM. I've been saying this the whole time, that people have to look out for these traditional car companies. Now, I would be a little bit cautious again in these smaller startups. I've talked about this for a long time, and that's why I don't really hold DPHC. I hold Workhorse because they serve a very small niche, but with these trucks, right? Trucks are a huge selling point in the American economy, in the car manufacturing business here in America, and I think a lot of these normal traditional car manufacturers will try to get in on this. So I would be cautious in investing in a small startup company because a lot of these bigger vehicle makers will be able to compete at a massive level. They already have distribution, they already have manufacturing. For them, it's more about the tech, and while the smaller companies are really focused on building up, and manufacturing is really a lot of the time their main issue and just gaining clients. But with these larger companies, they don't have to worry about getting clients as much because they can just drown out the market and collect a big market share because of their manufacturing, because of their already pre-existing distribution channels. So let me know your thoughts below. I would appreciate that. It's very exciting for GM. So thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting subscribe down there. And thank you for checking out WeBull, where you can get 3 free stocks if you deposit $100. Again, this is just very limited time, and I think it's a really good value. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.